Guys, good morning. So market closed yesterday, and I want to just do a quick analysis on my view on USDCHF. The DXY is still really strong, pushing for this resistance level while also targeting this 106 region. Now I shifted my trades on Euro USD and decided to be trading USDCHF. Now, first thing that happened was that USDCHF broke out of this range that happened here. And after the breakout, we kind of did a retest. This candle did a retest. That can easily be seen on a 4-hour time frame. You get, you can use the 4-hour time frame to see the retest. Again, this breakout happened here, strong move, and then there was a retest. You get, now after the retest, we are already in an uptrend now. But what I want to do is let's start from the monthly to do this analysis and see why I said previously that USDCHF is bullish till 2025. Now let's go to the monthly time frame. Now, when you take a look at the monthly time frame, we retested here back in January 2024, and then got a bounce up to 109. So this 109 is a resistance level. On the monthly, it's clear, so we can easily mark it out with our tool. That let me change the color to green. That's resistance. We can draw the highest candle, or we can draw the closing prices, whichever one you want is okay, but I like to draw the highest. You get the candle wick. Now that's monthly, and if you take a look at the chart again, that seems to be like a double give me a minute, double bottom that is forming. When we did if you've gone through our materials, introduction to chart patterns, you should be able to understand this double bottom. So this is the second bottom that formed, and they got a really nice bounce. The month of October got the breakout that we needed from that range. That's a clear break, so we expect a move first up to this place, which happens to be the neckline of this double bottom, the neckline. So any break above here will signal more uptrend, but we first major target is here. Now let's get back to what we are talking about. So on the monthly time frame, we can see clearly that a breakout happened. You get, and these two candles that formed here is a bullish engulfing. Now coming down to weekly time frame, the range, if you are not seeing that range, let me mark that range out for you. See what happened within this area was market ranging. You get, this market ranged for a while before a breakout happened with this candle, and that was a strong breakout. You get, and after that breakout happened, you can see clearly that the next candle made a retest and still closed above. In our introduction to breakout trading strategy, we talked about real breakout and fake breakout, and this is clear a real breakout, because after this candle closed on September 30th, the next candle still closed above the resistance line. This line is the resistance. The next candle still closed above it, so that makes it a real breakout. You get, now what you now need to do is to target next level of resistance, because we have confirmed this breakout. You get, the first resistance we can see is here, the closing prices of these candles here, this 1, 2, and 3 candle. We could get the closing and openings by simply calling it a resistance. You get, and you can also get the wick, the high, as another resistance. Now, why I mapped out these two on the weekly is that when you go to a lower time frame like the 4 hour, 12 hour, you should be able to what, see it clearly. But mapping it out on the weekly will help to tell you if we are still in an uptrend. So yeah, after the retest here, there was a strong move here, and the next candle still closed above the closing and opening of these ones. This candle closed above. You get, now that's another breakout. And if you still squeeze your chart very well, you can still see that what, it is a double bottom, and the target still remains what we marked out on the what, monthly. But we can't just fly to this place. There are some hurdles, resistance levels that we are definitely going to meet, and we can identify that as we proceed. We have identified one hurdle, we have identified second hurdle. This resistance we have identified here is in line with the support level that happened around here. You get. Now, aside here, there's another resistance that happened here, which makes a support here and which you can trace into the future. And then there's another resistance here, you get, before we have this major one. But I don't want to draw too many lines on our chart. Most people use FVG, CHOCH, BOS. All those things are actually what we are used to as BOS, for example, break of structure. That is market breaking a resistance level or a support level. So it's rather I explain this video in a layman's term rather than trying to bug you with all those many words. Now let's move to a lower daily time frame. For example, on the daily time frame, you can see clearly the ranging that happened that caused the breakout. You get the ranging that happened before the breakout. You get. Now, after this breakout, you see the first support, which was a resistance here. Took so long, but on Thursday, there's what we call liquidity sweep. On Thursday, this candle happened to drop below that support level to look for liquidity. And on Friday, we got a bounce back. Now, it has gotten all it needs to get from this region and then a bounce. And you can see that level of support that it fetched its liquidity from clearly on the 4-hour level. Let me try mark it out on the 4-hour. You get. That's the region of support, which was a resistance on this side. You get area of support, area of resistance here and support here, which it had to drop to look for liquidity before getting the what, the bounce. And if you let me remove this and back to daily time frame and then enable your moving average. I mostly use EMA8 in this case. You can see clearly that market is still in an uptrend, and there are some rejections that happened around here. But this current candle has been able to what, clear the whole rejection that happened here. So it's safe to say that a breakout has occurred. But in this case, we don't know if it's a real breakout or a fake breakout. So we have to wait till what is going to happen on Monday. If we get a slight retest on Monday to this region, if we get a slight retest, let me change it to the red. Yeah, we get a slight retest to this region, then we expect the next candle, which will be from Tuesday, to get a bias. Yeah, so we want this red candle to get a retest of this area that happens to be a minor resistance. So we want it to get a retest at the closing prices of these previous candles, get a retest here, and then That's Monday fake out, which will give us a week on the weekly before what Tuesday gets the buy to our first level of resistance. This is what I'm expecting coming into next week. Now, if we're able to get past this level by Tuesday or so, we have a target here. If you notice, this place acted as a support. So when you draw this support level here, it comes into the future, you get, and that's the resistance here. So we expect more buys up to this place, and we can also have another resistance here. Having another resistance here, in as much as we have this resistance here, there's a minor one that is here. We can see there's a minor one that is here. So we expect market to move this, and before this, you get. So let me try to get just a single candle buys to here. There is not going to be a single candle buys. And let's now move to the weekly time frame, you get. Now when we get to weekly time frame, that gives us the shape we are looking for, you get, because already on the weekly time frame, this resistance level here was broken with this candle, and this one, the one that just closed today, yes, they made a retest and still got a buyback, so you got a perfect closing. So we expect next week to drop small before continuing it what it buys. And our moving average is already pointing up, showing us that we are what in an uptrend. So these are the levels I expect the market to get to before finally what touching here, for finally touching this one, you get. And that's just pretty what I expect from USDCHF, while DXY targets this level. Although this candle that closed on the weekly on the XY is not really a good one, it's a doji closing at the previous support, which becomes a resistance here, previous support region here, which becomes a resistance here, closing at the resistance might call for a reversal, but it's part of the slight retest I expect to happen following our next week opening, before we get the buys to this region of the recent resistance, you get. So the XY targeting up to even 107 will give USDCHF a chance to rally up to this level of resistance. I think this video is too long already, and I need to stop here. Thank you guys, and stay tuned.